So I was sitting here putting some stuff together for my clients, a few coaching modules and some things. And I wanted to come live and talk to you all and give you all some tips. So a lot of people think that funding has to come just strictly from your business side. It doesn't. You can actually start by getting funding on your personal side. So there is a such thing called personal funding. Hey, Katrina. There's a such thing called personal funding. So basically, personal funding is the same as business funding, except personal funding is a little more restrictive, but I still wouldn't discount personal funding. And let me tell you why. So if you know the end goal is going to be to get business funding, then in order to get large amounts on the business side, you need to have some large amounts on the personal side. So a general rule of thumb is, let's say you have a $5,000 credit card on the personal side. Then the business side, you'll be able to get like a $10,000 credit card, right? So they're 2 times what you've already shown that you can handle. So if you only have a $2,000 credit card on your personal side, then you need to, I would suggest, work on building your personal side, getting more credit limits on your personal side before you even go to business funding. So I just want to hop in here and give you a few tips about that. So I do help my clients get personal and business funding. So basically, when you think about personal funding, you want to go to credit unions. And the reason why I love credit unions is because everybody knows they give out the bag. Everybody loves Navy Federal, right? But there's so many other credit unions. Navy Federal is one of my favorite ones. But there's so many other credit unions giving out the big bag, y'all. And especially if you got good personal credit scores. So personal funding is a thing. And I like to tell people to start with personal funding before they just jump and go to business funding, okay? So, I said 50K fast. So I'm going to give y'all a few tips on how to get some fast funding, okay? So first, start with your bank account. The bank that you have on the personal side, start with them. So what you'll do is you'll call them up and say, hey, I'm looking to add some more funding to my portfolio. Ask them what kind of credit cards they have. Ask them what kind of perks their credit cards what kind of perks can you get? So I personally only get credit cards that offer like rewards, like cash back, points, and things like that. I wouldn't get a credit card that doesn't have any points or anything, right? So that's the first thing you ask them, what kind of credit cards they have, what kind of loans and things they have, right? The second thing you want to ask them is, how often can I apply to get your credit cards? Or how many credit cards can I hold at one time? Or how many credit cards, like, do you have a length in time where I can apply? So let's say I apply for a credit card today. How long do I have to wait before I can apply for another credit card? Because another way to get funding is called credit card stacking, right? So that's the second question you want to ask them. So start with your personal bank first. You want to exhaust all options at your personal bank first, right? So after you ask them that, I know for a fact that Navy Federal is one of my favorite credit unions. And they'll easily approve you for $25,000. Like, you don't even have to have a great credit score. You can have like a 650, right? And so the reason why I said start with your personal bank is because banks lend to you according to relationship, right? So they're more inclined to lend to you if you've been with them for a while. They also lend to you according to a banking score. It's an internal banking score. So the way that you can increase your banking score with any bank is you get multiple products by them. So one of the plays I teach my clients, and this is a gem, this is a secret to getting higher limits with banks, is basically when you open an account, you open a personal account, you open a personal savings account. Then you open a business account, and then you open a business savings account. All you have to do is put about $50 in there just for the purposes of what I'm talking about. And now you have 4 products by them. So they're more inclined to lend to you because your bank score with them now is higher than someone who just has a business account with them, or just someone who has a personal account with them. So if you get all 4 of those accounts, your bank score is higher. So another way to increase your banking score is to put more money in the accounts. So a person who has $1,000 in an account, banking score is lower than a person who has $100,000 in a banking account, right? But I just told you a quick and easy way to get your score up. Get 4 accounts. Get a personal checking account, a personal savings account. Get a business checking account, a business savings account. This is all with the same bank. This increases your banking score, right? This helps them to be able to trust you more. Oh, this person has multiple products by us. They've been with us for a year. We feel good giving them funding. Even if you don't have the best ideal scores, Navy Federal definitely goes off of basically the relationship. So that's why I recommend doing credit unions. They go off of the relationship. What account you say you should open? So the personal checking, the personal checking, the personal savings, the business checking, and the business savings. I recommend opening all 4 of those accounts with any bank that you're planning on getting funding from. You don't have to put a lot in them. You could put $50 in each account. But that just increases your banking score, okay, Katina? So another reason I say go to credit unions is because they do in-house approvals. So basically, they don't have to go they don't have to go outside to get you approved. They can get you approved right there in-house. Okay. So here are a few more other than Navy Federal. So I said Navy Federal. That's a good one. Basically, you can apply for a credit card with them every 91 days. Every 91 days, you can apply with them, and you can have up to 3 cards at one time. So that's an easy $75K right there, just off of that one tip. Apply every 91 days, and you can have 3 cards with them. I told y'all 50K, but I just told y'all to get 75K. So let's go forward. Let's go on. I'm in a teaching mood today, okay? So the next bank I'm going to talk about is going to be PenFed. That's going to be a good banking credit union. Another one is going to be Andrews Federal Credit Union. And another one is going to be Air Force Federal Credit Union. So credit unions are willing to lend to you so much because they have like requirements before you can get into their circle, right? They're all about their circle. But there's a few hacks and things on how to get into the circle if you don't meet the requirements. And one of them is called, basically, you can join something called the American Consumer Council. I hope y'all writing this down because this is the kind of stuff I give to my VIP clients. But I feel like teaching y'all today. I hope y'all taking notes. Y'all taking notes? I'm telling you, I may not save this live. I might delete it. I'm giving y'all too much. All right, so the trick to get into some of these credit unions is to become a part of the American Consumer Council. American Consumer Council. You're going to sign up for membership. This opens up for you to get into some of these credit unions, okay? So another tip I want to give you is basically, even if you can't get into Navy Federal, what you can do is you can search. I came on, so I'm listening though. I just came on. I'm listening though. Okay, yeah. So what you can do is you can search your area because there's credit unions who are regional to where you stay. I'm about to give you a search tool. So the website you want to go to search what credit unions are in your area is called mapping.ncua.gov. Let me see if I could. I don't think I could type it. So mapping, mapping.ncua.gov. So that's the website you want to go to and search the credit unions in your area. Again, call them up and say, hey, I'm just inquiring about your credit cards. How many credit cards can I hold at one time? Is there a limit on your credit cards? Like, what's the common limit? Let's say I have a 680 credit score. What's the common limit? Is there a restriction on how soon I can apply. Let's say I get approved today. Do I have to wait a certain amount of time, amount of days to apply? Usually there is a waiting period. So you're calling them so that you can write all of this down before you even go apply. So see, I teach my clients how to make sure they're going to get approved, right? So if you didn't know, thank you. Let me see if I can pin it. Thank you, Katina. So if you, let's say you had good personal credit scores and you went and applied, you got approved for the first credit card and your scores are still good, you got a good banking relationship, you only waited 30 days and you went and applied for the second credit card, you would get denied because the waiting period for that particular bank was 90 days, but you went and applied in 30 days. So that's why I'm having you all do your homework. Now, of course, me and my team has a list of banks and we could easily, you know, show you, like, especially with our clients and things, we show them exactly, you know, the requirements for the banks. But just for you, when you want to do it on your own, I'm teaching you how to go ahead and build out your funding list before you go ahead and apply for them. So I hope this is helpful, y'all. Y'all getting some gems? Y'all getting some gems? You welcome, sweetie. You welcome. All right, so that's how to get 50K fast. First, start with the bank that you have. Call and ask them the requirements on the credit cards. Like I said, with Navy Federal, that's just one bank. You can apply for one card every 91 days. They give you upwards of 25K, okay? The other credit unions I talked about was PenFed. I talked about Andrews Federal Credit Union. I talked about Air Force Federal Credit Union. I gave you the tool on how to get into just about a good bit of credit unions without meeting the requirements. You're going to join the American Consumer Council. The American Consumer Council. This opens up so that you can get into other credit unions, right? Next tool I gave you is the website I have pinned right here. Find a credit union in your area. Navy Federal is not the only. If Navy Federal will give you all this money, then chances are there's more credit unions in your area, in your town, maybe right up the road that'll do the same. I gave you the website to go ahead and find your credit union in your area. Use the mapping.ncua.gov, okay? All right, y'all, it's Friday. I'm about to go have some fun. So I just wanted to hop in here and give y'all some gems, okay? So that's how we start on the personal side sometimes. There's plenty more banks and things where that came from, but I just want to be able to give you some information so you can take back and just start your own funding, right? I am having a webinar. So if you are going to be doing business funding is totally different from personal funding. So I just told you how to get a little bit, $75,000 in personal funding. Business funding is going to be a little bit different than personal funding. Hey, Danny. So with business funding, you got to meet certain requirements and your business has to look a certain way, right? And the number one objection I get from a lot of clients is they get denied and they don't know why. I go back and I audit their business. Oh, this is why you don't have a professional email. You don't have your business address is not correct. It's pulling up a Staples store. You should use this instead, right? So when I go back and audit their business, get their business structure together, 24 hours later, they get approved, 60,000. They couldn't get approved before because they had things that they were missing. So I'm putting together a workshop. It's going to be February 22nd. I'm going to show you exactly how to build a business that's going to have the structure that's going to be bulletproof. That's why I call it a bulletproof. Like, we come ready so that we don't have to get ready, right? So I'm going to prepare you to be able to get approved by any lender. So I'm going to put the link in the comments. And I'm glad y'all joined me. I felt like teaching today. I know that was helpful. I see all the hearts and the stars. Oh, thank you, Danny. So if you just hopped on, go ahead and watch it from the beginning because I'm probably gonna delete this. I gave y'all too many secrets in this live, so I'm probably not gonna keep it. Bye, y'all. Happy Friday.